Hello everyone, welcome again in Eng-Man YouTube channel. So in this video, we will have another case and we will use another sample case from tNavigator. And now it's about restart. So I'm going to tell you about the background, a little bit background about do we need this, restart. So yeah, in most cases, the production history that we have is quite long. All right, it includes several years, if not tens of years, 20 years, more than 10 years of production. And if you try to run the model, you basically will run starting from the initial time, from the beginning, from the early time of the production. And if you have very, very long production history and you still need to run from the first time, from the initial time, then it will take a lot of time until you can forecast. All right. So that's why if you already are quite certain with the quality of the history matching that you have at that time, you can lock that history matching and you can use restart. All right. So that if you open the restart file, you will just start your computation starting from that that time that time the time at which you put your restart setting. Okay, so if you, let's say, the initial production was on 1990, all right, and we are currently in 2022. Let's say you are quite satisfied with the history matching from 1990 up to 2020. All right, so you already satisfied with 1990 to 2020. Okay, so you can put your restart keyword at the end of 2020. So each time you want to run a case, you want to run simulation, you will start the computation starting from that 2020 instead of go back to calculate from 1990. All right. By using that, by using the keyword restart, you will save your time. All right. And especially in reservoir simulation, time is very, very precious. So I think restart is very, very useful. All right, so I'm going to introduce you the case. The case itself is it's not something special. Okay, we have this model, and if you want to know the 3D, okay, we have several producers as well as injectors there. All right, but as far as the model is concerned, the model itself, it's not complicated. And the production history is quite short, just from 2018, 2008 up to, you can see 2010. So yeah, I think it will be comfortable if we want to run. So just run and let's check the graph. So that's our production history. The computation is quite fast. All right, lovely. And we can also check the file. I use sample file from tNavigator. So basically it's like this. Start from 2008, metric unit, unif out. We will involve oil, water, gas, and dissolved gas, implicit. This is the dimension of the total grid, and this is for rec dims, tap dims, well dimension, you know, equal dims. This is the setting for the grid, initialization. This is the grid file. This is for properties. So nothing special. This is, we will include the PVT file, the relative permeability file. This is for the regioning. We will use this region file for the regioning, and solution For initialization, this is the include file, and for the summary, this is the summary file. And for the schedule, we will use this settings. This is the include file for the schedule. And N. So just by looking at this master data, there is nothing special. And this is the production. Okay, so yep, this is the file without restart keyword. And this is the history, or this is the simulation starting from 2008, November 2008 to be exact, up to May 2008, 2010. So now I'm going to open, okay, the file, actually the exact same file, but with restart keyword. Okay, so I will go there. I'm going to pause a little bit. All right, so yep, we already arrived at the same file, or the file, but with restart. So you see, now we have a line that is shaded yellow here. And actually, the duration or the timeline is started from November 2008 up to May 2010. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that the yellow period, November 2008 to May 2010, it's already locked. We already accept that value, that computation, that simulation, or you can also say the history matching. So we accept that, so that starting from May 2010, we will create a new calculation without recalculating this yellow period. And as you can see, this saves time, right? At least this saves computation time to calculate this 2 years period. And imagine if you have 20 years of production history and you already get a good match, but each time you want to do forecasting or simulation, you need to calculate back to the first year. Imagine that case, and it will take, come on, it will take time, very, very, very long of time. Okay, so if you already have a satisfactory matching, just lock that and use restart. Okay, so that starting from May 2008 and 2010, you can calculate for the future. And this is for the grid properties. And if you check the graph, it's, it's it seems like there is no production history, but you can click this one, settings, and you can show data since November 2008. But that's just for visualization. The computation will not go back to November 2008. It's just for visualization so that you already have a picture of what the forecast will be after, May 2010. Okay, so let's run and let's wait for the calculation for the future. All right, so just by looking at this, you can see that restart will be very, very, very useful if you already have a good match. And starting from that, the end of the history matching, you just want to forecast. Okay, so you don't need to calculate back to the first time for the early time. Okay, so yeah, we can see a good decline there. But now let's go to the file. What's the difference? So let's go to the files, and now here we start with run spec. Again, the title, start, metric, univout seems very similar. Or maybe I will also show you the master data for the original case. Okay. Okay. So what we have on the left is the file with restart, and the right is the original. So we are going to see the difference. So let's see run spec, field, start, metric, unifout, dimensions. This is for the dimension. Let's go down to there. You can see the restart. So where do we put our restart? Solution, solution. And we will put our restart there below the solution. Okay? Before the summary. All right? So you see what we are missing. So init, this one for the initialization. For regions, still the same. We have same region. Now for the solution, we have restart. Okay? And after that, summary. Summary, and then schedule. Be careful. This one for the report, and this is for the schedule. Wells 2, summary 2, VIP 3, restart 1, well spec CPU 2. Now, I also include restart schedule instead of the original schedule, because after the restart, I want to do forecasting. And of course, the schedule will be different. Okay, so restart here, M90 and 18. Okay, so you already got the point. I'm going to close this one first. Okay, and let's go to the schedule. Yeah, so yeah, it's also simple, nothing special actually. So in this updated schedule, we have the setting for the production as well as for the injection, and then just time. The production and injection will continue, and then I just want to know the result for June 20 and 10, and then July 2010, August 2010, September 2010, and so on and so forth, up to the last date, May 2015. Okay, so that's basically it. Okay, what else? Oh, maybe this one. This one, so the setting for the restart is restart. M90 is the name of the file. Okay, so it can be anything. And this number here is the timestamp at which you put your restart. So after the restart, the computation will be started from timestamp 19. Okay, so let's see. If we go back to here, you see, I stop at the timestamp of 18. So the new calculation will start from 19. So that's it. All right. So let's go back and get here you go. All right. So, yep, run spec, title, and so on and so forth. Grid, init, and then regions, solution, and then restart. You put restart and make sure that, you know, you change the schedule. Okay. So that's about the script. And after this, we will go to the making of the forecast. And after we do the forecasting using the user interface, we will produce the restart file, and we will check again the restart file. Okay, so let's go to the original interface. I mean the original case without this forecast, without the restart. All right, I will go there. Okay, so this is our original case. I only have 18 time step. Okay, 18 time step. I actually can do this. For example, I will first copy this M90 data. Okay, I will copy this M90 data, and let's say after I copy and I have this, okay, I will rename this as M90 underscore restart, and I will just put my restart, let's say after the solution here, restart, and then the name of the file, M90, the original name, and then 13, and then close. And then of course, I change this, like for example, M90 restart, something like this. Okay. And then you just run and you will get the new forecast without going back to the original time. That's it. Simple, right? But instead of doing that, I can also, yeah, I'm not done save. I will make project. So go to project here. Okay, and then additional options, and let's create forecast. Okay, sorry, but before going to forecast, I'm just going to move, let's say, to the 13 time step, this one, and I will create new forecast, but starting from this 13th step. So the new computation will start at time step of 14. Okay, so yeah, let's say grid properties, and then go to project, all right, and then go to additional options, and then create forecast. Okay, let's say, yeah, you will have M90 underscore forecast, which is the same name with the forecast case that I already show you, the one with the restart keyword. Okay, and yeah, I can change it to restart new, for example, and the forecast length, let's say 5 years. Forecast step from this one, okay, December 2009, and step length 1 month. And then well options, okay, to control the, yeah, the control for the producers, we just go with the default. Okay, so we just produce, decline, okay, and this is for the injector, water injector, bottom hole pressure, and the injection rate will be calculated. And this one, the production rate will be calculated. Okay, we choose bottom hole pressure as the control. Okay, control the bottom hole pressure, and the production rate as well as the injection rate will be calculated. Okay, you can also play with all of these parameters, but we will use this default setting. Okay, again, it is possible to set different control options for wells, either producer, injector, or gas injector. All right, and what else? Well, efficiency factor, okay, 0.95 or 95%. Open forecast model, okay. And after I click OK here, in the model folder, we will produce a new file, a restart file with this name, M90 underscore forecast underscore new. So let's click on OK. And the forecast model will be automatically opened. And let's just wait. Okay, so this is the forecast file, the one that we have, the one that we produce. Okay, here we have this yellow timeline. So we will not calculate again what happened before or what happened within this yellow period. If you go to the graph, we'll start 0. But if you click this one and show data since, go back to the original time, okay, you will have this already computed, okay, without calculating it back again. And if you go to the files here and check M90 forecast new data, you will produce this. Restart, M90, the name of the file, and we put the restart at, at this, at time step of 13, so that the calculation will be starting from time step 14. And we also produce schedule, new schedule, and the new schedule is here. And if we open the schedule here, this is the setting, the control for the producer as well as the injector. You see, so the bottom hole pressure for our control is set at 30. So for production and for injection, it is set at 450, 450. And the dates, we only include 5 years. Okay. So starting from 2009, we will stop at, 2014. And the computation will be for each 1 month. Okay. So that's it actually. And of course, you don't need to depend significantly or depend totally on the user interface. You can also take these keywords, okay, and just put this keyword onto the master data, the original master data, just like the previous case. So let me show you again. Oh yeah, by the way, here, these two files are the files that we created here. You remember, right? M90 underscore forecast underscore new. This is the forecast file that we produce. And this is the schedule file that we produce. Okay. And the restart case that I showed you earlier is this one. Okay. And it's of course different with this one. Oh, not this one. Okay. So this is what I mean. They are different. So this is the original, this is the file that is produced by the user interface after we use project and then create forecast. This is the file that is produced if we do the forecasting using the user interface. But as I said, you can just copy or control cut, okay, these keywords restarts, and then put this on the original master data. You put that here at this location. Solution restart before summary. Okay, solution restart. And don't forget, you also need to change the schedule. Okay, so you can play or you can do the forecasting using the user interface. And of course, you can also do the forecasting using the keywords, using the files, the scripts. But talking about restart, as I said before, if you use restart, you do not need to go back to calculate what happened starting from the original time up to the time you used restart. And it will save time. It will save much time. Okay, so I think that's all that I can say right now. I hope you get the points, and I hope this learning is useful for all of us. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again in the next tNavigator videos. Thank you.